bringing you news, politics, and whatever else tickles my fancy. Welcome to the Ho Ho Show, and I'm your host, Ho Ho. Broadcasting live from the attic. You can check out my website, thehohoshow.com. You can follow me on Twitter. You can email me, hoho@thehohoshow.com. You can check out my YouTube channel and find me on Facebook. Telephone number, as always, 217-917-4405 if you want to be part of the show. A proud member of Weaponized Sloth Productions. So welcome to the Ho Ho Show, and as always, I'm your host, Ho Ho. Oh, yes. All right, guys. Well, slight screw up. Oh, well. It happens all the time, So, welcome Spreaker, welcome Facebook, welcome YouTube, welcome Twitch, Periscope, and Mixer. Woohoo! I'm all over the place, guys. Yes, I am. It is, man, I tell you what, man, it has been cold. People at work has been picking on me quite a bit because I don't normally wear pants. Not at all. Well, okay, not that I go without drawers, because I got drawers. I just don't wear pants. I wear shorts. And basically my general rule of thumb is I only wear pants 1 month out of the year. February, I figure it's the shortest month. There you go. But heck, for the past week and a half, 2 weeks, man, it has been cold. Kind of having a heat wave right now. Well, not really. It's still really freaking cold. But, you know, hey, it happens. Let's go ahead and dive right into this. I kind of wanted to start off with a, well, let's see. This one is just kind of a little bit different of a start than what I would normally do, I guess. But this headline, it comes from, let's go ahead and open it up. It comes from Inc., whatever Inc. is. Headline, surgeon unemployment rate reaches 75%. $1 million med degrees not worth the paper they're printed on. And this was basically a paper that was written more or less to demonstrate the direction of where we're going as far as with our, with our healthcare, if it goes the way that it would be going under Trump, or I'm sorry, under Obama. Wow. Yeah. So the point that is putting into here, and actually not only with going with Obama, this is also because of, different, advancements. Well, especially because of Obama, but it also is talking about different advancements in the medical industry by itself. So I mean, it actually kind of goes, pretty far. I mean, it's talking about, automated diagnoses, treatments, different surgeries. So they're looking at, basically mass unemployment in the medical field, especially around surgeries. And let's see, one of the things that it puts in here, 75% reduction on that. And the part of what the problem is that, with us going to, going the direction that we're going, it's going to be just harder for people to get health care. And because of how, and this is one of the biggest problems, is because of its availability, they're not going to be able to charge what it's worth for them to do the procedure, and people are not going to be able to make the money back in order to pay for the degrees that they spent a butt ton of money on. And so people aren't even going to go into the field anymore. I definitely do see a rise in things like CNAs, nurses, RNs. I do see a rise in that. But as far as, actual doctors and, surgeons and specialists and things of that nature, I really don't see how it's even possible for those things to maintain a good, healthy number to where they're going to be able to take care of the influx of people that they're going to get. And it's just one of them unforeseen consequences, of course, because of the technology, and of course, because with Obamacare doing what it's been doing to the market. They've already seen huge drops in the field as it is anyway. I don't really see a number. This 75% drop, that wasn't talking about what it is right now, or at least I don't believe. But one of the things in here says that, this lady spent, 10 years and over $1 million of money and to become a surgeon. But now, now I'm begging for Bitcoin on the street. That's funny. That's hilarious. But yeah, so, that's just the direction of where things are going. And, one of them aspects that you hear people talk about all the time is, if you think it's expensive now, just wait till it's free. And then you can no longer even get the care that you actually need, let alone waiting lines and all that other kind of good stuff. You want an indication on how things are going to go. Look at the VA, because that already is it already is a government-run healthcare. Look at that. So that's a good indicator of where we're going. Moving on. Oops. There we go. All right. We're going to dive into some Hillary Clinton stuff. This is good stuff. One of the things that I actually, in reading this and whatnot, we heard about a fire not that long ago in like the Clinton mansion or whatever. I don't remember where that was. but they were, well, the Secret Service actually put the fire out, and the fire marshals were investigating it as a whatever, basically indicating that they, foul play. Something is amiss. Something is not quite right about this, especially considering some of the stuff that they found at the scene. Smashed computers, smashed hard drives, different things of that nature. And what this is coming from is, and of course, you're not going to hear this from, your main network sources, because, this headline coming from MRC Newsbusters. No, I'm sorry, MRC. Mike Romeo Charlie Newsbusters. Headline: Networks refuse to cover the FBI opening a new Clinton Foundation investigation. And basically, from what the word is, they've actually been investigating the Clinton Foundation for months. Too much stuff has been going on recently. I don't want to say too much stuff's been going on recently. It's just with Trump coming into power and the Clintons losing a lot of their, a lot of people was betting on her becoming the president. We wouldn't be hearing any of this if she actually became the president. So they've lost a lot of their power because Clinton failed to actually get into the White House, and this is where a lot of this is coming from. That, now considering, she's not there to keep people down and, direct the narrative, that now a lot of this stuff's coming out, which I'm loving it, truth be told, But one of these other, and there's like several headlines that I've pulled up on this. Another one coming from Independent Journal Register. This headline says Comey's original Hillary memo released, and it reveals that he thought that she may have committed a felony. In of which case, that's one of them things. If you look at different, over the years, and this is going back. This is going back to Clinton being in the White House. This goes back to, him being governor of Arkansas. This goes back a ways. But you look at the people that have come after them and the people whom have had information on them and going to release that to the public. A lot of these people have died under suspicious circumstances. One guy in particular, he shot himself twice in the back of the head, execution style, but it was an apparent suicide. It was an obvious suicide, of course. Everybody can shoot themselves in the back of the head twice with a shotgun. So, where's the argument here? So they have died under, suspicious circumstances, and that's just one example, so they're investigating him, not only for this kind of stuff, not only for the, Bill sex scandal, but they're also investigating them based on the Uranium One deal, based off of just their overall pay for play, their Russia ties, the dossier, just all kinds of stuff is really, really coming to light. And, not only is it with Clinton, Hillary, it's also with some of these people whom have been covering her hide over the years, with, I don't remember who, names sometimes escape my brain, go figure that one out, but, one of the things that oh, exactly. Yeah. What's a bad word? Hello, Podster podcast. Premiums. Yes, premiums have definitely gone up. That is very much true as far as, okay, going back a little bit, and sorry I did not check this sooner, guys. And thank you for joining me in the chat. But with the, Podsturbed from Twitch, he, said premiums have gone up, and they very much have gone up. And one of the reasons behind that, and this is one of the things I knew was going to happen in the first place, Because whenever with this new tax deal that Trump did, one of the things that they did with that is they took out the individual mandate, making it to where, you no longer get penalized for not having health insurance. Okay. Allowing people to back out of the, whatever them things are called, where you go through the government or the state run, portal in order to get the insurance, that people backing out of that is going to make it to where you're not going to have as many healthy people paying for the sick people, which is just going to very much make those premiums go up. I mean, it's a cause and effect. We knew it was going to happen, but it's one of them things that in doing this, it is definitely going to be a huge drain on the taxpayers and very much will allow or cause them to give up on the whole, even doing this. It's going to cause it to bankrupt the system, not like it was sustainable anyway, but it's definitely going to cause it to do that, and that's just going to be one of the examples of that. And Hillary, yes, she is very much of a bad word. So, all right. So, moving on, going back to where I was. But yeah, she's just, a lot of stuff has been going on, and because of her not getting into the White House, it's very much, she is, she's damaged goods. She's just damaged goods. A lot of things happened on there that didn't happen the way it was supposed to. A lot of things happened that were, just, well, that's one of the things that they said, was Hillary didn't know that she was, that she was doing it wrong, or she didn't have any intent in what she was doing. And of which case I just smell horse crap on that, because if she went to the extreme of, using some of the programs that she was using in order to get rid of the information on her hard drives, if she went to the, to hiding it, if she went to, having a personal, personal email, personal server, okay, and not only her, but she was also directing other people that worked under her to do the same thing. So, I mean, they were doing, there's reports that, and again, I'm sorry about the name, I don't recall, but she had, maybe one of y'all's out there do know, but she had a personal email account on Yahoo, and of which case probably, they can't prove that Hillary's server got hacked, but they know darn good and well this person's, email got hacked, because it has been reported that Yahoo has been, hacked several times in this time frame that she was doing this. So it's like, okay, so we know darn good and well, especially considering that they had, classified information sent and received from various emails across the scope on this regarding what, with Hillary and the people, her subordinates. They know it got hacked. So you take what the scope of what she did and the scope of her trying to cover it up, to hide it, to conceal what she did. She knew that she was breaking the law. But here you go, privilege. Nothing's going to get done about it. And this is the thing though too, man. And I would hate to see what happens in this country if nothing happens to anybody. I mean, I have my doubts if anything happened to Hillary or Bill. I really do. I very much have my doubts, but all the people that were under her, Irma Abedin, why isn't anything happening to them? Why are they getting immunity for doing what? Somebody's got to go to jail. That's all there is to it. Somebody's got to go to jail. And I am just checking a couple things, making sure the feeds are up and good, and everything is really, well, I think everything is good. Looks like I may have had a hiccup in here. I don't know. Everything says it's connected, so. All right, very good, guys. I am going to take a quick break, and when I return, I got some tax information in here I'm wanting to talk about a little bit more on that. Going to be covering some, just random Trump stuff, a little bit on North Korea, and even throwing some China in here, so, to kind of let you guys know what they are up to at the moment. So give me just a couple minutes and I will be right back.
I'll be 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 back.
I'm back.
Whoops. I got caught checking a couple things. Sorry about that, guys. I did not mean for the dead air for a few seconds. Oops. I had a little hiccup in with the stream. It looked like everything kind of disconnected, and it looks like everything is connected again. I'm, hoping everything at least is connected again. It looks like it did on this end. I haven't checked everything yet, but it does look like that everything's up and going. And yep, there we go. All right. And that is good. And that is good. All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Let's keep moving on, guys. Let's see here. What is next? Gary Cohn. There we go. And since I was talking about the tax bill on the last segment, this article came out of Newsmax. Headline: Gary Cohn, 100 companies rewarded 1 million workers after tax bill passed. So, of course, we had talked about, or at least I had mentioned a while back ago on, I don't even know what episode I did at the time, with AT&T, and Boeing was another one that I had forgotten about. And there was a couple others that were talking about, doing, benefits, bonuses and raising the pay of their workers and different things of that nature. And we have already seen, a pretty big drop in unemployment. The labor participation rate is going up. All kinds of things are already happening, and this really hasn't 100% taken effect yet, or at least I think it's supposed to take effect this year sometime. But yeah, so just within 2 weeks, well over 100 companies announced year-end bonuses, 401k contributions, an increase to minimum wages for about 1 million workers in the United States. So millions of workers in the last week of 2017 got a surprise, and that is just awesome. And one of the things that that cracked me up about this whole thing is with it's your phone. Sorry to hear that, Al. Trucker Al's let me know that, I had that hiccup, and let's see, I'm just double checking again, and it says that everything is up and going. So at least from what I know, it's up and going. Hopefully everything is. I haven't seen any other responses in here. I was getting chat information earlier, but, hey, who knows? Anyway, back to the story. But one of the things that I found entertaining for me is, with the Democrats on how they have been, just doom and gloom about all this stuff going on, okay, with the tax bill, that, it's not going to help, it's going to have a negative effect, this is not how you do it, yada, yada, blah, blah, And one of the aspects that I brought up to somebody else a while back ago was that one of the problems that Democrats have when it comes to any of this crap is they don't want to be proven wrong, okay? That's why you have, so many states in the union that are operating all the same. It wasn't, truth be told, it wasn't intended to be like that. It wasn't intended to be that way. It was supposed to be, every state can kind of do their own thing. The federal government wasn't intended to just blanket rule everybody the same and make, Virginia just like any other state, Washington, whatever. They were meant to be different flavors of the same thing. It was all meant to be juice, but it was all meant to be different flavors, and they don't see it like that. They want they want everybody to be equally in misery. That's more or less how they look at it. That's what they want. That's why they do things the way that they do it, because they want everybody to be, in their own little ring of hell, if you would, So one of the things that they're betting on, and this is just a personal opinion, but they're betting on, and I haven't had this confirmed, again, this is just personal opinion. I think they are betting on that the Republicans don't get enough done in order to get people to get out and vote for the midterm election, and we lose a majority, or at least enough of a majority to really hinder Trump's agenda. And that's what I think is really, that's what I think they're betting on. That they're betting on they'll be able to get this to happen, to reel back anything that Trump has did and to keep him from moving forward with his agenda, squash it and say, see, look, this is what happens when you put Republicans in charge. And they're going to swing a negative, they're going to swing negativity into it, and people's going to believe them because, hey, let's face it, Republicans are very, very good about weaving a web of deception, but they're really good at it, One of the other things that I had read, Trump just cut, yeah, there we go. And this is this story right here that I'm pulling up, and this came out of the Daily Signal. Headline, Trump just cut aid to Pakistan, and why this long overdue move could have a real impact. And one of the things that this article reminded me of, well, okay, first let's go with Pakistan. It is amazing how much money we spend on foreign aid to other countries, okay? Pakistan, Iran, Mexico, Argentina, we spend money all over the place, and it's amazing how much money we just give away. And the bad thing is we get no return on that investment. We don't get anything out of it. It's a handout. It's not a help up. It's a handout. And we don't go, okay, pay us back within this amount of time. This is a loan. It isn't okay, we're going to trade you this money for this service or this reduction in price of something. We don't do that. We just give them money. We just charity contribution. There we go. And the taxpayers pay for it. Okay. So here you go, cutting aid. And the number on here, I know I did look for it. $33 billion of aid to Pakistan over the last 15 years. Now, I kind of started looking up as far as how much money we have donated, to different countries. Some of this is, it's a bunch of numbers that don't mean anything, or it's a bunch of numbers that do mean something, but considering how some of this stuff is worded and whatnot, it's kind of hard to decipher what they're talking about. But at any rate, I didn't even get there anyway. I started it. I didn't see the link that I was actually looking for that goes to whatchamajigger.gov or whatever it is. But we spend a butt ton of money on foreign aid every year. And yeah, it's horrible. I was looking at something. Sorry. But yeah, all kinds of money. And another thing that this, of course, it reminded me of is that whole, with Nikki Haley and the UN, that we've already lowered their budget, $284 million, I think, $284 million, what we already lowered what they're getting, so, yeah, Trump is, okay, I got a text message. All right. Sorry about that. ADD and people texting me, and I did not. Wow. Yeah, okay. So I should have muted my phone, and I didn't do that. All right. But this next one, oh, yeah, this is funny. Let me pull up this article. Remember, nope, that's not it. Oh, where did this one go? Maybe it's up here farther. Nope, it's not up there. Well, this one, there it is. They took the picture off of it whenever I moved it into this magazine. All right, this article comes from Independent Journal Register. Headline: Author of anti-Trump book admits that some of it is badly untrue. So again, you've got, you've got all kinds of misinformation getting thrown out there, and part of that reason, okay, I'm not saying that Trump's perfect. All right, I'm not at all. He's, he's definitely screwed up. You know, he's done some stuff that I don't quite agree with. But one of the things, and this kind of is the bottom line, okay? When you look at Hillary Clinton, pay for play, okay? Her voice is not her own. Her voice is the voice of the people who elected her, who donated to her campaign, who donated to the Clinton Foundation. Her voice is just an echo of somebody else's, okay? That's what it amounts to. With Trump, nobody paid his way. He paid his own. Everything that he's doing is because this is what he promised the American people, okay? And truth be told, and this is one of them things too, that, well, let me go ahead and get into the next story. This headline, again, I gotta find it. I hate these things. I really wish they would do what they were, what they're supposed to do. They don't go in order. They always, yeah. Anyway, this next story came from DW. What's DW? I don't know. Headline, Donald Trump and narcissism. What's behind his big ego? Here's the thing. He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He's doing exactly what we elected him to do. He's rocking the boat. He's draining the swamp. He's trying to hinder the power of the deep state. He's trying to get rid of all this corruption, and one of the hugest fails that this guy has had, and I'm going to be quite honest with you, is that whenever he became president, he didn't just bring all new people in there and just purge the entire system. Okay. Because let's face it. All right. This was something that was said. I don't remember what agency. It might've been the EPA, or I could have that completely wrong, but he said that, they look at the white, stop it. All right. It's going on mute. Bam, muted. All right. Again, sorry. But ADD moment. Back to train up. Yeah, so what one of my biggest things that I think he failed is he didn't purge the system and get rid of all these people whom he should have. Instead, he brought in a bunch of people that were, from previous administrations. They were, RNC people. They weren't new. So how are you going to drain the swamp and back up the power of the deep state if you're not going to actually get rid of the head people in charge and put new people in whom actually understand that the Department of Education, Department of Human Resources, all these other departments in there, EPA, a butt ton of them. They are all functions of the executive branch, and they are all beholden to the White House, but yet they're not actually listening to the White House. They consider Trump the enemy. Okay, so if you're not going to serve the president, why are you still in that office? Why doesn't Trump get rid of these people? That's what I don't understand. And there's a lot more I can go on to with the deep state, but I am going to cover that maybe tomorrow. At another time, definitely. Not right now, because there's so much information in there whenever we talk about the deep state. Guys, it's nasty. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's nasty. It's thick, it's corrupt, and it is done behind the back. No way. It's not done behind the back of, they call it the deep state, but it's not, that implies that it's something that is hidden from the general population. No. They're flat open about what they're doing. They're not hiding it whatsoever, Yeah, whatever. All right, so moving on. This next headline comes from the Western Journal. Headline, experts, North Korea's sudden interest in talks with the South seems pretty suspicious. And this article actually did come from today. So Kim Jong-un extended his hand for talks with South Korea, and the Korea watchers are wary of the North's intentions. And for good reason, because one of the things that Kim Jong-un said a while back ago was that until they become until they actually get nuclear weapons and get that going, and they are actually a nuclear power, that they were not going to come back to the table. Okay? And we've been trying to change their mind on that for a while. So what's going on? Very much so. What's going on? What's their intentions? Are they coming to the table with power and authority, or are they coming there because they need this to stop? They need the sanctions to be lifted, and they are trying to make amends. Yeah, I don't believe that one either. I don't believe it for a second. And just to give you an indicator, as far as the temperature of the room, as far as with global this headline comes from Newsmax. Headline: Don't fear death. China's, that guy's name, XI, I never can pronounce his name. He urges in blunt call to army, don't fear death. So basically he's telling his people, defend your country, no greater honor but to die defending your country. Okay. President, that guy's name. A lot of people are preparing for this, The CDC actually even has, they are preparing for, a nuclear war. Yeah, so, there's a lot of fears out there that something's going on. And to be honest with you, I mean, just looking at everything as far as currently what's going on, and of course, looking in the pages of history, it's definitely cause for alarm. It's cause for suspicion. It's cause for, be aware and be wary. Be aware, be wary. Oh yeah, that's next segment. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to check this one. All right, we're good. All right, I am going to go ahead. Ooh, hey, I got a call. I hit the answer button. There we go. Hello, how are you? Can you hear me?
He's not talking.
What, you can't hear me? Uh-oh.
Sure.
All right, so I am apparently having an issue with the... Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, nope, all right. All right, well, I can hear them, but they cannot hear me. Oh, well. And they're trying to call in again. Hello, can you hear me now?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Hello?
Dadgummit. Huh. Hello. All right, well, apparently that is not working for some reason. I know it worked last time I tried to use it. All right, well, I do apologize about that. The call-in number is apparently not working. So I am going to go ahead and take a quick break, and when I return, I got some miscellaneous news I'm wanting to get to right quick, and, just stuff that really didn't fit too much other places. Trying again. All right, let's do this. All right, can you hear me now?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Just stuff that really didn't fit too much other places.
Dadgummit. Not hearing me. Not hearing me at all.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm trying. I really am.
Stream is really laggy.
My screen is laggy. I apologize about the trouble on this. For whatever reason, people can't hear me.
Nope. I'm trying. I really am.
Well,
My screen is laggy? Yes. I apologize about the trouble on this. For whatever reason, people can't hear me. We can hear you through your screen.
you can hear me through my screen? Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not actually why you can't hear me from my microphone. No, that's maybe if
Very
I
delayed.
What's that?
My screen? Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not actually.
Hmm.
You can't hear me from my microphone. No, that's
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a break and see if I can't figure this out. So, all right, well, quick break. When I return, a few miscellaneous stuff. Oh, no. All right.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
I'll be back. I'm back.
John the non-believer. John.
All right, guys, I am back. And let's see, this next article, we're going to, all right. So I'm going to start off with a little update on stuff. I've almost got everything for the new computer ready to go. I'm waiting on a few other parts that, trying to get in on back order. And so first part of next month, probably, if not in a couple weeks, I should have that actually up and going. And of which case, I am very much hoping, because of that, a lot of these problems will be fixed. Trying to do too much with a computer that, it's good. It's a good computer. Just, it does have a little bit of age to it. So it doesn't like to do a lot of the stuff at the speed of what I'm wanting it to do it. So it happens. It very much happens. All right. So this next article, hold on a second. I hate hairballs. All right. This next article, I actually forgot to save it even. I forgot to save it. Can't find it. All right, so I'm going to hold that one for tomorrow. Next article. Wow, moving right along. All right, this article came from Science AF. Who knows what the AF stands for? Headline, Bionic Vision may soon be a reality, but its ethical future is cloudy. All right, I just thought this was cool. This is just yet another example of what has previously been considered science fiction coming into science fact. And this, obviously, it reminded me of a movie, go figure, but it reminded me of Repo Man, I believe, had Judge Law in it, and that one guy that played on that one show, Vantage Point, and let's see, what else has he been on? He played that one guy in Rogue One, you know, the guy with the limp. He's played a lot. I forget what his name is. But good movie, excellent movie. And of course it talks about, you know, just basically machine replacing all kinds of organs in the human body. But, you know, again, it just cracks me up. And it also reminded me of an article that I had seen a while back ago about, you know, guy using or scientists using a guy's tooth in order to put a special lens in it and actually give the guy sight, and he was completely blind. And I'm like, dude, he can see through his teeth. That's hilarious. It cracked me up. It was hilarious. But, you know, I love stories like this where, where you're definitely seeing a, science fiction becoming science fact. And talking about science fiction becoming science fact, this article came from CNET. Headline, Dippin' Dots Ice Cream launches new cryogenics company. Of course it would be Dippin' Dots.
We started designing pop-up cards in our basement.
And of course I get a pop-up. Oh, and I got another call. Let's try this out again. Did I get it to work? Oh, wait. Hello, how are you? Did I get it to work this time?
I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent. Can you hear me through my microphone? It doesn't sound like you can. Dadgummit.
Yes, but very delayed, honey.
Yeah, I apologize about that, and I am not sure what's going on with this. You're supposed to be able to hear me through the through the microphone, but through your receiver, not actually through the radio. But for whatever reason, this thing is not working. I know it's worked before, so I don't know if it's something that I screwed up in with the program itself. I do not know.
You have fat titties.
I know. Who is this anyway?
It's your boy, Skinny Penis.
All right. I am hoping I'll be able to get that thing figured out. I don't know. And of course, I get another thing playing. There we go. All right, so Dippin' Dots, if you guys have never had Dippin' Dots, these guys, it's amazing ice cream. It's ice cream that is frozen, like very much so, and the ice cream is, just like spooned out and whatnot. They're frozen like miniature balls of ice cream. Really, really cool. So if anybody can figure out this whole cryogenics thing, it's got to be Dippin' Dots. And they did. Well, I don't know how far along they are with it, but, they're working on it. Hey, the picture even shows Dippin' Dots. That's awesome. I love Dippin' Dots. Dippin' Dots is, I kid you not, amazing. So the Dippin' Dots cryogenic system, it uses liquid nitrogen to flash freeze regular ice cream into little bitty pellets. And the process hits the super cold temperature of negative, are you ready for this? 320 degrees. That's cold. I mean, holy crap, that's cold. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. All right. Geek stuff. It's amazing. I love it. All right, here we go. Now, this next one. Oh, yeah. I'm sure I've got some, Game of Thrones fans out there. And I have actually just recently watched season 7. It is on, of course, HBO. And I got HBO Go? HBO Now. HBO Now. I got HBO Now. So I am ready for season 8 to get released. And, of course, Game of Thrones, HBO, they release that they are not going to be releasing that until 2019. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I did not read much into this article because I don't want spoilers. I really don't. I don't want to know what they've got going on. I don't want to know anything, I seen how season 7 ended. It was, oh, dude, Game of Thrones. It's awesome. And one of the things that I also heard that they got in that they're working on is I've almost done actually, but they're working on a prequel that they're going to be doing, basically where the Mad King got overthrown and, that war and different stuff of that, playing on the back history that they've already thrown into the series itself. And of which case, that's one thing that's actually pretty cool is with season 7, you really find out a lot about what had gone on, the difference between, what actually happened and the legends that were told and whatnot. So I'm not giving you any spoilers if you have not watched season 7, but you do find out a lot of stuff. And I think that's just pretty stinking spiffy. So the direction of what season 8 is going to look like, we'll have to wait until next year. And who knows as far as the release of, any type of a different show that they're doing. A spin-off type of a show. So, there we go for today, guys. I thank you much for joining me, for tuning in, for watching. I am hoping, these, the stream didn't go completely horrible. I do know that there's a lot of lag as far as, real time and the video. I kind of had to keep that at least somewhat better for the buffering aspect of it. And not all of that is from my computer. Some of it, of course, is, but some of it is the streaming platform or streaming site that I am using, because I use Restream, because it is basically as cheap as you can go without going spending a lot of money on that kind of stuff. I mean, holy crap, it gets expensive. It really does. It gets very expensive. Checking that. All right. So I thank you guys very much for tuning in. And tomorrow, I'm going to have a special guest with me. Trucker Al will be joining me in studio, so I'm excited about that. And going to be talking some more randomness, and who knows what's going to happen. Who knows? So, all right, thank you guys very much, and y'all have a great one.
I believe that our problem has not been that anybody in our country is undertaxed. It's that government is overfed.
Hey, guys, I think I actually figured out what the problem is with Skype, why it won't work. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get it figured out.